Hello. 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 Asik ya lagunya ya. Hello, good evening everyone. Good evening. Selamat malam. And welcome back to my stream. My name is Layla, Alstroemeria. I'm a liver. Virtual liver, I mean, slash historian in training from NIJISANJI ID. And tonight, I'm going to continue the case 1 of the grade A's attorney resolve. Halo, selamat malam konbanwa. Selamat malam semua. Good evening. The game is a little loud, okay? Let me lower the volume just a little bit. How about this now? Okay, so anyway, tonight let's continue finishing the case 1, and hopefully we can get a glimpse of case 2, and then yeah, let's just see what the case has in store for me. Okay, and yes, I have finished playing the first game in the Chronicles. I have finished playing the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. So, for you guys who are wondering why I started streaming this game in Resolve, because I've already finished playing all of the cases in the adventures. Okay? So I hope that will answer your question. Okay, let's just continue playing the first trial in Resolve. Okay, so previously we have already know. Okay, yeah, a little recap here. So from what we know, okay, I will have the court record to help me. Okay, so the victim of this case is Giselle Brett, which is the mother of our first victim in the first game, Dr. John Wilson. But in this case, she became the murder victim, and then the accused, the defendant, is Raymond Bummy, and then we are now playing as Ryutaro Naruhodo, which in truth is actually Mikoto Basusato, the judicial assistant of Naruhodo Ryunosuke. And she disguised herself as a male student so she can step into the court as the lawyer for her dear friend Raymond Bummy. So far, we have already gained the evidence that actually this guy was the one who stabbed Miss Giselle Brett, but we still don't know who poisoned Miss Brett. So let's just continue to know the truth of this murder case. Let's go. Okay, once the victim had taken poison, she would have been only minutes away from death. Okay, ya. Jadi ceritanya si Manny Memo ini, yang ya si reporter ini, yang nge-stab, yang menusuk Miss Brett dari belakang, dari punggung, dari belakang bathhouse tempat ganti bajunya itu. Dia pembelaannya adalah gini. Ya poinnya gini deh, kalau kamu udah meracuni seseorang, gak ada alasannya dong untuk tusuk orangnya juga dari belakang. Dia masih ngotot gitu, kalau Miss Raymond Bummy itu pelaku sebenarnya. Padahal cuman korban itu 2 aja. Ya kan sih, kok kayak ada yang stuck gitu di monitor, aku kesel sih liatnya. Oke, udah. This man proceeded to stab her in the back as well. There has to have been a good reason for that. If it was the rapper who gave the poison to Miss Pratt, then clearly he must have done it prior to re-entering the hut. Yes, that's undeniable. Other than him leaving the hut and the victim being stabbed, there was one very crucial change in the situation. Oke, jadi kita lagi main sebagai Ikotobasu Sato yang nyamar jadi laki-laki. Dia pinjem namanya Naruhodo, jadi Naruhodo Ryutaro, pura-pura jadi sepupunya Naruhodo. Terus ini ayahnya, ini ayah aslinya Susato. The rapporteur overheard the conversation between Ray and Ray. Yes, that's it. Karena dia dengar, jadi dia mau tusuk tadi, dia kan kayak nggak mau tusuk. It's one man so first found out the exact nature of the poison he'd used. Oh, okay. Selamat malam, selamat malam. Okay, okay. Kayak kalau aku bilang sih kayaknya emang poisonnya itu dimasukin ke dalam pisaunya deh. Menurut aku ya, racunnya itu dilumurin di pisaunya. In my honest opinion, I think this guy, the Manny Mimosa, already put the poison on top of the blade that he used to stab his friend. Selamat malam. Okay, I wanna press play. I wanna stop playing. Negatif racunnya ya, tapi nggak tahu dipakai nggak sih itunya, reagentnya itu dipakai nggak ya? Mereka tuh bisa sembarangan gitu loh mikirnya, lucu banget. Racunnya nggak kedetek ya? Ya kemarin tuh udah kepake reagentnya belum? Reagentnya tuh udah Reagentnya tuh kemarin dipakai atau enggak kan katanya kan dianterin kan, harusnya dianterin sama orang universitas ke kantor polisi harusnya. No trace of poison was found in the blade. Baca dulu bentar, baca satu-satu dulu ya, sabar. Biar kita sambil nge-refresh, karena aku juga ada lupa-lupa sedikit. Mendingan aku press lagi satu-satu biar aku ingat ya. Aku press lagi satu-satu komennya biar ingat. Malam, selamat malam. Selamat datang, kita mau lanjut main ini. Kita mau press dulu pernyataan si Manny Memo satu-satu. So, you do admit that you have murderous intentions towards Miss Black? Huh! The woman's very existence offended my sense of justice. Your sense of exclaiming some sort of righteous indignation. She was pure evil, a cold-blooded killer who committed murder right here on our Empire soil. But they thought good for nothing wouldn't do anything, not a chance, so I have to step in. Fly the flag of justice, put things right for the people. Yes, it was my civic duty. That's what drove me to do it. So, in summary, murderous intentions then? Whatever you want to call it, the point is this. That English woman was a blind, so I had to do what was right for society. The real wrong was done by a student girl in the dock, a crime for which she must pay bacot algae. Obviously, because the poisoning was nothing to do with me at all. Okay, I will press him again. So you still maintain that you didn't give the poison to the victim? Obviously, that'd be like putting a belt on your trousers when you were already wearing braces like this. Accused administered the poison, following which this witness stabbed the victim. An unforgivable act certainly, but not one of murder. The crime rests on the accused's shoulders. Ouchie! That is how the law works, you see, Yoko. Who knows? You may even learn something here today. Yeah, you being stupid, Ouchie. Nggak tau, Ouchie itu kayak bener-bener nyebelin deh di setiap game guys. Maaf ya, aku ke-trigger banget sama si Ouchie. The consecuting attacks on her life in the space of minutes, quite a day for the victim. Do something. Ya, bisa pakai dub Jepang kok. Pas di luar, paling luar, jadi di title screen-nya, di option-nya, kamu pilih language-nya, voice-nya yang Japanese. Kayaknya belakangan udah banyak yang begitu sih ya. Ya, udah ada 2. Aduh. Ini kok bangku aku tajam banget rasanya, ya ampun. Kaki sakit. Kebeset bangku tajamnya. Kita yuk. Sudah tatakin nih kayaknya robek-robek ini. Dirobekin siapa, Kiara? Something that evil and you've got it coming. That's how the law works. The law of reckoning. That's not the kind of law this court holds. Nama saya Layla. Bukannya. That's not the kind of law this court upholds. He will reiterate why you were compelled to stab the victim and witness. Patah tuh pensil. Patah. What exactly were they arguing about? Well, what happened in the restaurant 9 months ago? That's why the student girl was laying into the Wilson, professor of medicine, invited here from England by Professor Mikotobanelis. Right. But the English woman just jeered. The case was to be heard by the British Consular Court in Shanghai. However, there's little doubt that she will simply have been acquitted and sentenced. It was eating soon. It's compelled to poison her. Igiyari! Iya sayangku, Kiara. There's no inculpatory evidence to that effect. Prosecution is deliberately leading the court. Ya, no worries. Aku ngerti cara mainnya kok. Tenang saja, aku sering save. That's right, and my lawyer will throw you for Susato apa down ya? Aku lupa ya nama jurus si Susato itu. Susato Smackdown. Apa sih namanya? Susato Tapi aku shouldn't be wearing her humor is not appreciated in this school. I can't allow the court to be influenced by this reporter's testimony as to anyone else who really happened. It's nothing to do with Dr. Wilson or discussing stolen poison. Okay, yang terakhir kita press lagi. Point is, if you poison someone, there'd be no reason to then go and stab the person. Subtle throw doang. Kayaknya dia punya 2 atau 3 jurus gitu. Di game pertama disebutin kan semua dia suka ngejungkir balikin si Naruhodo. Okay, perhaps you doubted the efficacy of the poison and sought to make sure your victim would die. That's horse dung. That would be like pouring powder in a Chinese ramen before you even tasted it completely reckless. Although it might surprise you to learn that I am a bit of an impetuous pepper pourer, as it happened. Once the victim had taken the poison, she would have been only minutes away from death. And yet, this man then proceeded to stab her in the back as well. There has to have been a good reason for that. Oh, satu takedown! Yes, thank you! Yeah, that's the name of the move that Susato has. Okay, if it was the reporter who gave the poison to Miss Brett, then clearly he must have done it prior to Ray entering the hut. Yes, that's undeniable. But between him leaving the hut and the victim being stabbed, there was one very crucial change in the situation, right? One overheard the conversation between Ray and the Englishman. Yeah, that's it. So I first found exact nature of the poison. Okay, even their mouth moving the moon from poison leaves. Okay. And current methods cannot detect the newly developed chemical. Poison laced blade. Yeah, article based it on information gleaned by eavesdropping. Oh, dia kayak sengaja nge-step lagi karena kan dia ngeliat ada Ray kan, supaya ini nggak sih, supaya kesalahannya ditimpain sama si Ray. Apa jangan-jangan dia nge-step tuh supaya ini kan, supaya ngelempar kesalahannya ke Ray. To you know, I think he stabbed the woman, he stabbed Miss Brett to accuse to make Ray looks guilty of murder. Ya kan, that's when Miniman Musang first found out the exact nature of the poison. Karena dia denger kan, ini kan soalnya dia tulis nih di sini nih. Dia kan katanya habis ngoping kan, based on information he gleaned by eavesdropping. Terus dia bilang, even the smallest amount entering the body, either via mouth or via the wound from a poison-laced blade, prove fatal in minutes. Ya kayaknya supaya kelihatannya yang tusuk itu sih, supaya dia bisa jepret kan, supaya dia jepret fotonya itu. Yeah, the reporter has been pretty open about stabbing the woman. Yeah, I think. But yeah, oh yeah, dia udah pretty open about stabbing. Oh, that could be the key here. Okay, the key. The exact nature of the poison. If the victim had unwittingly taken the poison, the victim had no reason to stop her. On the face of it, the logic sounds entirely reasonable. But there's no question that this man was responsible. Yeah, difficult to think of plausible explanation as why he suffered even after the poisoning. Sure, everything will drop into place. That's what we should be looking for. Okay, yes. We must try to glean more information. Okay, that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so safe. I think I'm going to throw the thing. Oh wait. Okay, what are they arguing about again? Ada Mbak itu, ada Mbak Brett. Ada Mbak Brett juga. Ya, aku mau coba tanya apa yang bahas sama mereka. Oh ya, jangan. Nih Mbak Brad juga punya tuh. Certainly have knowledge of the new poison. Okay. How many pencils sih dipatahin semua ya? As much as a box of a cheap pencil being sold at the stationery shop. Okay. What is the reason? Kalau ini kan dia ngumpetinnya dalam sini ya. Yay. Jadi dimasukin ke situ kan udah pasti. Wink, wonk. Gratis. Bentar ya guys, ada berita penting. Bingung mau lempar yang ini apa mau lempar yang ini. Bentar guys. Sebentar aku konsentrasi sebentar ya. Please wait. Cepat ya. I need to do something. Sebentar nanti kembali lagi. sorry for waiting. Oh my god. Oh my god, I just want to stream peacefully. I'm sorry. Please, I'm just going to take a moment, gaining my composure. I'm sorry about this. Okay, I just need to calm down. Thank you. I don't know if they have a plan on releasing more Ace Attorney series. I don't think there's any new news. I'm okay. Okay, just give me a moment. Sorry for waiting. Good evening. It's okay. Sorry for waiting. I'm sorry for being such I'm sorry for being so unprofessional. You know, I'm trying to calm myself down so I can concentrate on the game. Thank you. I'm okay. Okay, so let's check again. This guy. Okay. Blah blah blah. Okay. So why would you bother stepping in the okay? Student girl. Got my point. Nothing to do. Okay. The point is that be the reason. I think I'll just go with this poison article because it's the only important thing that I have here that I have related to his statement. Okay. Well, I can think of one reason. What? But before I explain, I'd like you to confirm something for the court. Did you glean all the information for this newspaper article from what you overheard outside the hut? Yes, he is eavesdropping. Of course he did. There can be no question of that. After all, when we were all in the laboratory together, all we were told is that it was a terrible toxin. And there is one more important fact to consider. According to the witness, Member Misan's verbal attack against the victim began as soon as she entered the hut. In other words, it would have been impossible for her to have slipped the poison into Miss Brett's drink. Yes! Yeah! Where are you going with this, Scousy? Minimimo-san has made it quite clear that he observed every single thing that happened in the pitch hut. If the defendant had somehow found an opportunity, this man will have sinned. Oh! Which means that Miss Brad couldn't have imbibed the poison whilst the defendant was present.
In fact, it must have been administered to her before Member Mason entered the hut. Yes, very articulately put.
When I walked into the hut, I immediately started to press Miss Brett about the poison.
At which point, Minnie Memo-san overheard some worrying information.
Worrying information? What worrying information? Disinformation, of course! The thing about, even the smallest... Okay, care methods cannot detect the new level of chemical, the university will have to be consulted. Yay! Ini kayaknya symptoms juga nggak sih? Karena symptomsnya juga nggak sih? Karena symptomsnya kan kelihatan matanya tuh pupilnya langsung ngecil gitu. Karena biasanya katanya kalau orang meninggal pupil tuh membesar, tapi kalau dia tuh malah contract gitu, jadi mengecil gitu. Worrying information? What worrying information?
Information which he subsequently included in his newspaper article, namely that the poison was being developed in strict secrecy and that it couldn't be readily obtained.
Yay!
Absolutely. In fact, that's quite an understatement. The only possible place it could come from is my lab.
Yeah! Aduh, itay.
And furthermore, anyone afflicted by the poison would exhibit telltale signs in death.
The extreme constriction of the pupils. Yes, right? The extreme constriction of the pupils. Itu kayak apa namanya? Tanda-tanda symptoms yang paling signifikan, berbeda. Apa sih bilangnya? Kayak ya pokoknya yang jelas gitu loh. Kayak distinguishable symptom. Yeah. The extreme constriction of the pupils. Yes, it's quite stark when you see it. There are other poisons that show similar symptoms, but not among new substances that are undetectable. Hello, good night. Good evening.
In other words, it will be clear that the victim's life had been ended by the use of this particular poison.
Yay! Matanya kelihatan banget, yes!
Which will reduce the number of suspects to only a handful of people.
Ah!
Everyone in my laboratory is aware of the unique properties of the toxin we've been developing. None of them will be foolish enough to attempt to use it for some nefarious thing.
Yes! Padahal pasti langsung ketahuan kayak kalau misalnya dipakai gitu kan poisonnya, kan kelihatan jelas tuh simptomnya tuh matanya pupilnya langsung kontrak gitu kan, langsung mengecil gitu kan, instead of menggede gitu. Jadi orang-orang pasti udah pakai kayak wah ini yang pakai di jangan-jangan orang-orang universitas nih gitu kan.
Member Mason being no exception.
Therefore, we can conclude that whoever administered this unique poison to the victim was a lay person, unaware of its telltale properties.
In other words, someone like you, writing memo. It was you who stole the poison from the laboratory that day, and it was you who administered it to the unwitting victim. But you quickly realized that was a terrible mistake.
Because the poison caused such unusual symptoms and was so traceable.
As to listen in from the far side of the beach hut's thin walls, you learned of these facts, but you already given the victim the poison at that point. It was too late. If you hatch a plan to disguise your mistake. A plan that involves stabbing the victim in the back through the reed screen.
But what good could that possibly do?
Isn't it obvious, Counsel? The plan will kill Miss Brett before the poison will take effect. Once in the blood, the poison causes the onset of pupil constriction. But he had hoped to precipitate the victim's death before that happened, hadn't he?
Exactly.
Because without any revealing signs of the new secret poison's use, no one will ever have suspected. This is extraordinary!
Yes,
The effects of the poison meant it will be too easily identified, so the killer had to mask its use, which he attempted to do by plunging a knife into the middle of the victim's back. Order! The argument presented is sound. The court is satisfied by the warrant's consideration. Does the prosecution have a counter-argument it wishes to put forward?
Well, there are a number of... yes, I counter completely. Ya, dia tuh cewek banget, tapi semua gak ada yang sadar ya di court ini, hebat juga ya.
The prosecution's evasive response clearly shows that in much the same way as he nurtures the remnants of his stopknot, he is clinging to lost hope.
Lost? Oh?
Okay.
Mini memo pasti. See? Malam.
Aduh. Oh, you pathetic, useless, false samurai!
Fallen? Who are you calling Fallen? I'm burgeoning growth. My burgeoning growth is on the rise. Okay.
I don't need a counter-argument. What are you talking about? It should be blatantly obvious. I stole the poison, you say? Gave it to the victim, you say? Stabbed her, you say? Lots of fine theories. But I don't need a counter-argument because you don't have an argument yourself. Where's your evidence?
The ball pen, yes? The ball pen! The ball pen!
Yes, you make it all sound so plausible, don't you? But without evidence, it means nothing. Whereas I base my news on facts. But what do you mean? Explain yourself. I mean, what the professor said earlier in his trial, it's all here in my many memos, every word, every slip of the tongue, all noted. That's what the show you news is famous about. It's the power of the printed word. But surely it will be no easy task to steal a highly secret toxin being developed for the government. Indeed, all visitors to the laboratory are thoroughly searched when they leave. Even if a thief managed to avoid being seen by myself or colleague, getting the poison out would be very difficult. How's that then? Blowing the story wide open? See? I, write in many memo, a mere reporter from the show you news, couldn't possibly have stolen that poison from the professor's laboratory.
Oh! Ah! Dia kan cewek lagi, nggak salah. Ini belum itu.
But there can't be any question of it.
He must have stolen the poison that day. He stole it and used it to kill. And if that's the case, as you've identified, the poison itself is the definitive evidence we need. Because whoever stole it from the laboratory that day is a true culprit here. What's your point? You annoyingly handsome country bumpkin. Ya, ganteng. Dibilang ganteng guys, jadi malu.
My point is this. There's one way that you, Merimamu-san, could have stolen the poison that day. I have heard enough verbal conjecture now, thank you. What the court must be shown is evidence. What proof do you have that this witness stole the poison on that day in question?
Of course, the ball pen, yes. I will save, yes. Save first. Then throw the ball pen.
The proof, Your Excellency, is this fountain pen. A fountain pen? How can that possibly be relevant? These magical pens somehow seem to have enough ink to write many thousands of kanji characters. I believe they arrived in our country for the first time some 15 years ago now. Oh, gitu. Jadi tahun berapa tuh? Tahun berapa tuh? Jadi nggak usah, kan biasanya kan kalau orang Jepang kan dulu kalau nulis pakai brush ya, brushnya dicelup-celup ke tinta, tulis, celup tinta, tulis. Kalau yang ini nggak usah celup-celup ke tinta, cukup gitu kan, kayak bolpen sekarang itu cukup ada di dalamnya. I believe they arrived in our country for the first time some 15 years ago now. I swear by your whistle here, calligraphy brush and nothing else. These newfangled pens are merely a fad. Well, as a forward-thinking man of words, obviously I learned my fountain pen. Sakabak-sukun. Bacanya gimana itu? Something of sumptuous ink, and one's work is awash with words in the blink of an eye. That's right. Fountain pens have a small reservoir in the barrel, into which ink is sucked up through the nib of the pen in order to write with later. What does all this talking of sucking up ink have? And just as it's possible to suck ink up into the reservoir, it's also possible to eject it through the nib again, of course. My word, can this really be? Well, Memo-san. When you saw the deadly poison before your eyes in the laboratory that day, you used your fountain pen, your very lifeblood, to steal some of it, didn't you? By siphoning this poison up through the nib and into the pen's reservoir. No, Trinity! That never happened! True, we've heard that there were procedures in place to prevent thefts like this from the laboratory. But would anyone have thought to look inside a fountain pen of all places? No. I'm a little ashamed to say. Ya, jangan gitu, tintanya sebagian kena tangan, dibocorin dulu sama dia. Atau kalau enggak, pas dia administer poisonnya, tintanya ikut bocor gitu. Kayaknya ini deh, dia kan sedot gitu kan, kayak sedot, kayak di dalam masih ada tinta gitu, tapi dia sedot gitu, jadi kayak mungkin kecampur gitu ya sama tintanya kali itu poison. Dia pasti keluarin poisonnya, pas poisonnya dikeluarin dari pulpennya, lecetan antara pas ngeluarin poison atau pas nyedot poison. That, for fear of offending our guests, such a detailed search would not have been conducted. No, I'm a little ashamed to say that for fear of offending our guests, such a detailed search would not have been conducted. Well, this is quite startling, I must say. I remind the court that this pen was found in the clutches of the victim when she died. In other words, it was dropped at the scene by Memo-san. So the crucial question is, when exactly was the pen dropped? Oh malam, baik-baik, terima kasih. Bagaimana ka? Apa kabar? Oh, are you suggesting? The natural conclusion is that in your haste to act, whilst the victim was distracted for a moment, you dropped the pen after you emptied the poison from it into her glass. Lecetan dari tangan. That could be a number of sort of explanation for example, the witness could have been using his pen to write down details of his conversation with the victim. And when shocked by one of her outrageous answers, the pen fell from his quivering hand. No, that can't be. There was. How do you explain why the pen was devoid of ink? What? As you can see for yourself if you examine the evidence, there would appear to be no ink present in the reservoir. But newspaper reporter goes to interview someone with nothing in his pen. No, the pen was dropped after the poison that filled this reservoir had been emptied into the victim's glass. Witness, what do you have to say in your defense? So, this is how our modern justice system works, is it? So what if the ink in my pen runs dry? So what if my pen still snaps?
How many pencils do you have? Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh my god, please do not throw the pencils to me. Do not stab me with your pencil, sir. Thank you.
I can always go on my way back into the game. I have plenty in reserve.
Don't throw! I said no throw! Oh, did I run?
You claim I sucked the poison up into my pen? This was speculation, nothing more. If you thought you could bring down a fine, upstanding citizen with a trick like that, think again. It looks as though it's going to take one final decisive blow to finish this matter. As I see it, the situation is now very simple. It rests upon whether or not this witness did indeed steal the poison on the day in question. And therefore, it all depends upon whether or not the defense can prove that he did with evidence.
Kasih regen. Memo-san, this is how our modern justice system works.
What? In the courtroom, evidence is everything. Something you will do well to remember. Because we are well past the point of speculation at this stage, I assure you. Very well then. I call upon the defense to present the aforementioned evidence.
This is it then. This will be the final piece in the puzzle. The regent! The regent! How to read it? Regent or regent? Let's throw the regent! Regent.
The defense can prove by means of this item that it was the witness's pen that it was used to steal the poison! Counsel, what is that bottle? This bottle contains the unique chemical reagent that can identify the poison in question. Yes, that poison is an entirely new synthesis of alkaloids developed by my colleagues and I. It will be impossible to detect traces of it by any other method. Or, from another perspective, simply with this chemical reagent, anybody at all could check for traces of the poison. A reagent? What? One drop of the contents of this bottle on the tip of your fountain pen, Memo-san, is all it will take. Solve this case beyond all reasonable doubt. No, you can't. I won't.
Your crimes are bad enough, but at least know when to admit defeat.
Your Excellency, the defense requests permission to carry out the tests on the fountain pen at once.
Banting! Aku udah gak bisa baca, ini cepet banget. Mini. Oh my god. Wow! Oh my god. Mereka mau ngapain, men? Ayah! Did I do it right? That was a sort of takedown, wasn't it?
Not quite. That was a Ryutaro takedown.
Double takedown. Helikopter. Diputer-puter. Tadi dia ngomong apa aja sih? Cepet banget. Oke, kita baca lagi yang tadi nih ya.
This isn't my fault. The Empire drove me to this, trying to hold its head high as a civilized nation, but bowing its head to of every foreign power's whim. I took up arms in the form of the mighty pen. I fought tirelessly on the battlefield of news, all in the name of justice and righteousness. Yes, many memoism is the paragon of justice. Many more.
Okay, sorry about that.
The instant the first drop of the Regan touched the nib of the fountain pen, it was clear to everyone present. When I saw it there in the lab, poison, the devil got a hold of me and I decided to do it on a whim. I excused myself and emptied all the ink down the sink in the bathroom, washing the reservoir out carefully. And then you waited for an opportunity to suck up some of the poison, didn't you? Into your fountain pen. Yes, that's right. Answer me one thing, Minimemo-san. Why did you steal it? For what purpose? Isn't it obvious to find out what it was made of and expose it in an article? I mean, it was a secret project, after all. Too juicy for a journal like you to pass up.
None. Then why did the English woman end at that?
I went into that hut intending to quiz her on her situation at all as a reporter. A known killer, enjoying full freedom, evading justice by leaving the country. I told her what I thought about it. And she just laughed in my face.
Oh, what's this?
A Far Eastern caveman purporting to practice journalism. Really? You must learn the difference between reporting and listening as always, you ignorant plebeian. What? Why did you call me?
This country, with its pretensions to a justice system, to a free press, it's really very depressing. You see our superior ways in the West, and you lack the mental capacity to immune them. Get out here, you oaf. Get out and crawl back into the cave you came from. Triggered!
That's when I remembered about the deadly poison I happened to have in my pen at the time. What a terrible tale. My head. I knew I should just get out of there as quickly as possible, but I couldn't. I couldn't let her get away with what she'd done, and she clearly had no remorse at all.
Thank you for the super chat, Eka Naradi. CH. Kalau dipikir-pikir, Giselle Brett matinya mirip kayak Dr. Wilson ya, pakai racun yang baru terus ditutup pakai senjata lain. Iya, Dr. Wilson kemarin tuh kan matinya pakai poison terus dia ditutupin pakai pistol ya.
I suppose it was my chill spirit. Get all fired.
Kena karma si Miss Giselle Brett. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. I'd like to ask you something. You often talk about justice.
But surely, as a journalist, you could have used other means to deliver the justice you sought. There's no justice in the press. Sorry?
After that trial 9 months ago,
I kept digging and digging to find out what had happened in that courtroom. And finally, I discovered the truth. It was a cover-up! That's what it was!
Ya, main ini bagus. Jangan lupa main yang pertama dulu. Yang pertama yang Adventures. Habis Adventures baru main yang Result. Ini Layla lagi main yang Result.
A cover up?
What do you mean?
I would remind you of your position with this. Be careful of what you say. Oh, come on! Doesn't it strike you as strange? You're suddenly not allowed to convict a foreign national? Consular jurisdiction should never have come into it. And yet, that puffed up English woman was going to sail away into the sunset a free woman. The only possible explanation is that, behind the scenes, some deal had gone down between Britain and Japan.
What's our deal?
I'd done my research, dug up all the dirt. It was all ready to be published. But you know what happened? The editor just tore the article up. It came under pressure from the government, I mean. If our government is going to let criminals walk free, if they're going to crush the free press, then what choice do I have but to see that justice is done myself? Let's not forget, Many-Memo-san, that you committed murder yourself and you tried to lay the blame at the defendant's door. I'm sorry, but you're no better than Giselle Brett. The truth is, you have no right to talk about justice at all. I suppose. It would appear that we have reached a conclusion in this trial, boss. Counsel for the defense, Ryutaro Naruhodo. Yes, sorry, Your Excellency, just musing in a manly way here. It's almost unbelievable that this is your first experience of the Supreme Court. It was an excellent performance. In truth, it very much reminded me of your cousin's exploits. Oh, Naruhodo-san, Ryunosuke, you mean? The way he handled the trial 9 months ago and the way you handled this one, it gives me hope that we are genuinely entering a new era of justice in this land.
That's very flattering, Your Excellency.
Hearing the defense you put forward today made me feel most keenly that the future of our justice system will be forged by you and your contemporaries. Thank you. So, Prosecutor Ochi, do you have any final thoughts?
Oh my god, he want to commit seppuku.
What? No, Ochi. No, just. I mean, like, oh my god, Ochi, just commit your defeat. But please do not commit your seppuku. Do not commit seppuku. Just admit your defeat. Prosecutor Ochi?
I, Akatsuchi of the Ochi clan, have been bested by a callow youth not once now, but twice.
If there was any shred of my former self left, it has withered and died here today. Gosh, your journey to cultural enlightenment sure took a while, didn't it?
Silence! Other than living on in shame, I will end it all now with this blade. For that is the true path to Ochi's. Ouchie. No, that's not good. This is not a good pun. This is not. If this is an intended pun, this is not a good pun.
One hopes that's the only way in which he'll be modeling himself after the witness.
Kayaknya dia potong rambut nggak sih? I think he's going to cut his hair again. Break all my top knot. The time is right for farewell. Hope is lost forever. Akatsuchi. Yeah, I think he's going to cut his hair. See? Oh no. Kenapa jadi dramatis gini ya ampun? Didoain sama sesuatu. Oh my god, sesuatu. I want you. Oh my god, everyone, why? Oh my god. Goodbye hair. They are praying for the hair. Everyone, press F to pay respect. Yes, please press F to pay respect. Thank you.
Now, it'll go to the defendant. Remember me some.
Yes. Yes. Yes, Your Excellency.
I have reached my final verdict. I hereby find you
Muzai! Muzai! Not guilty! Yay!
court is adjourned.
Yay! But the sacrifice of Och is here. Oh, siang. Kelar juga akhirnya. It's over. My heart is still pounding in my chest though. It's all I can do, just to stay standing. Lawyers have such great responsibility, such a great burden to bear. Yeah, I love that battle too. That battle's reign. We won, but what Ochi cost? Yeah. Don't they, Naroda-san? Susanoo! Thank you. Thank you so much. You were so dashing in the air. Hey, and father. Honestly, I'm so touched by everything you... Oh no. I'm going to cry. It wasn't easy, but together we made it. I was on the verge of tears at the end too. The only reason I'm still standing here is because of you. Oh no, I can't take all the credit. It's a courage to tell the truth in the end. You did wonderfully. So I will have to say that the congratulations belong to you. Shut up! Don't be so standoffish!
Sorry?
We're friends, equals, and the trial's over. So no more of this formal super humility nonsense. It's time to celebrate with swagger, to throw caution to the wind. Caution to the... what? I'm the great defense lawyer, Ryutaru Naruhodo, and I'm taking you out to a milk bar tomorrow. Or something. Right, I see. I'll think about it, really. At any rate, we really knocked the wind out of that heart, man, and it felt so good. Yes, it was satisfying. It really was. Isn't there anybody else we could travel together?
I hope you're not looking at me, Ray.
Oh my goodness! No, of course not. Of course not. There it is at last. Ray's lovely smile.
You fought for your friend to the very last. As your father, I'm extremely proud of you. Defense attorney, Ryutaru Naruhodo.
Thank you, but I couldn't have done it without your help. Anyway, it's time to bid farewell to your dad, I think. I shall miss him in a way, but it's back to Sado Mikotsube now. So, I'll never see him again. What a terrible shame.
What is happening?
Oseki-san and Inspector Osunaga, I hope you've been keeping well.
Is that really you?
Yes, I had to change my appearance for, oh, well, obvious reasons I hope, but it's me. Sato Mikotoba.
I don't. So dashing, so divine.
Oh my god, emang ganteng banget kan? Ganteng banget kan aku tuh, ya ampun. Gitu kalau jadi sesuatu kayak aku bilang kayak Soseki. You're under arrest for stealing people's heart and love. Yeah, it's Susato.
No! Totally dashing, yes, and devilish and divine. Just look at you. I had no idea, Mrs. Arusan Esquires, that you were a Lakan student at Naruhodo-san's Esquire's cousin. Astonishingly astounding, Isatoni.
No, I am not. You are his cousin. Poor Soseki-san, confused. I still remember the first time I ever met him. It was in a prison cell in London. What an extraordinary conundrum it was that unwitting student from Japan found himself embroiled in. After Naruhodo-san's skillful defense at the Old Bailey, Oseki-san was free to return to Japan. And now he seems to have earned himself great fame as an author. I am a cat.
I'm stunned. That's a truly impressive disguise. Even I had no idea. I'm a chief inspector of the police bureau who came up with Mr. Total Wallace. I'm not sure you should be admitting to that, Inspector. Amazing. You're a woman of many faces, I see.
Just two, really. And this was a once-in-a-lifetime event. Oh, I'm not a patron of you though, Inspector.
Well, I am a professional, of course.
I do worry about Inspector Osunaga sometimes, really. 9 months ago, he appeared here at the Supreme Court, testifying. He was undercover, disguised as the head waiter of a restaurant. And then on steamship to Great Britain, of course, disguised as a sailor to keep us safe from the journey. But yeah, though that didn't help you, did it? Because it was Step away!
From my perspective, I have to admit that I have mixed feelings about it. I mean,
Umur berapa sih dia nih? Oh, nggak bisa lihat. Ngasih lihat cold record lagi.
I mean, now the truth has been lost forever. What do you mean? I'm talking about the murder that the English woman committed at the end of last year. Ah, yes, it was an English doctor she killed, as I understand it. Dr. John H. Wilson, yes. The man I invited to Japan personally.
Yeah, it's actually sad too.
The mystery is, why did she kill him? And now that the culprit herself is dead, We'll probably never know the answer.
Iya, padahal mau diekstradisi gitu, mau di apa namanya? Mau di apa? Interogasi ya. Di ngekok duluan. Gimana sih? Why do I still have this cute little Swedish moose doll on my desk? Kau distract aku.
And now then,
On the voyage to Great Britain, we had the most unexpected encounter. Beda game, nggak ada Mayanya belum lahir di sini. Mohon maaf, Maya belum lahir. With Mr. Sherlock Holmes, the great detective I knew.
yes, I remember Mrs. Jones well, of course.
Oh,
My Agnes, how likely you are to his name.
well, according to the stories published about him in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, the detective once had a partner who helped him solve crimes as a best friend. And that man was an exceptional doctor of medicine by the name of John H. Wilson. What? Dr. Wilson? I just can't believe that it's a coincidence. I think that the English doctor of medicine killed here in Japan 9 months ago must have been the friend and partner of Mr. Schultz. Oh, yes. Oh iya, kalian banyak yang belum ini ya, banyak yang belum. Pataka udah main chapter 5-nya belum sih? Pataka udah main case 5 belum sih? Dari case 5 soalnya akan ketahuan semuanya. Aku nggak bisa ceritain biar nggak spoiler buat kalian yang belum tahu. Tapi case 5 itu bagus, menurut aku bagus banget sih. Lagu juga bagus banget dan ceritanya bagus dan itu dijelaskan semuanya. Bukan gimana ya bilangnya ya, bukan kebetulan namanya sama. Ya Dr. Wilson itu Dr. Watson, diplesetin namanya. Kayak makanya si Sherlock Holmes jadi Sherlock Holmes gitu kan. Diplesetin semua kan. Then the poor girl won't ever see her beloved father again. Oh, Iris. Aku istirahat dulu dari voice actingnya ya, capek, berat-berat ke bawah. As you know, I traveled to Great Britain once myself to study. It was around the time you were born. Yes, grandmother told me about it. On returning to Japan, I took up my professorship at the Imperial University. But I also serve another role as an advisor to the government on diplomatic affairs. Yes, I was aware of that as well. In that case, I'm sure you understand that there are some confidential matters I cannot divulge to you. Could you just tell me one thing? Why did you summon me back to Japan? Oh iya, kenapa ya? Aku penasaran, aku juga belum tahu. Karena ngakunya bapaknya tuh sakit, makanya disuruh pulang. Katanya in grave danger gitu health-nya, katanya sakit parah gitu. Takutnya kalau nggak pulang nanti jadi kayak terakhir kali ketemu gitu loh, karena katanya sakitnya parah banget ngakunya gitu. It's been 2 months now since I returned. When I left England, it was because an urgent telegram had arrived from Japan. It said that you'd collapse with a high fever and you were growing weaker by the day. Jadi katanya takut bapaknya meninggal sebelum nanti takutnya nggak ada kesempatan lagi ketemu bapaknya gitu. Ngakunya tuh gitu. Ternyata jangan-jangan. What? Where did that news come from? That's what I'd like to know, because after that long sea voyage, I found you in fine health, Father. Is there something in Great Britain that you perceive might inconvenience me in some way, or harm me? That's really the only explanation I can think of. Dear me, you reserve your most cutting layers for your father's shadow. I'm sorry, my dear. I simply can't. Oh, let me go. Oh. So, one throw wasn't enough for you. Got one last thing to say before they take me away, Professor.
Me? I know the truth. I know you had a hand in what went on. In that visiting student fate.
Visiting student Giselle Brad.
No, not her. The student of law who left for Great Britain 8 months ago.
Huh? Student of law? He must be Kazuma-sama. What are you talking about? What does any of this have to do with Kazuma-sama?
But in here in Japan knows anything about it. They don't know that the guy never made it to England, that he died on that steamship, and that he'll never... Ah!
What? TIDAK!
Well, oh my god. The judge. The judge. Well, I didn't expect to find him in here. Where were your officers playing at? Terribly sorry, Your Excellency.
Is it back? The Alstroemeria is back! Like, Excellency. Oh dear. Oh, it's back, it's back, it's back, it's back, it's back, it's back! It's back! Blum, 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 blum. Ayo dong. Come on, full screen, full screen. Onegaishimasu, full screen. Full screen, sir. Oh my god. Wait a second, guys. I need to wait for this to go full screen. Come on, full screen! Full screen, please. Okay, thank you. Oh my god. Full screen, please! Full screen, please. Don't mind it. Okay, it's finally full screen. Trial's over. I'm not Your Excellency anymore. I'm not Your Excellency anymore. Merely your father's friend, Seishiro Jigoku. Oh my god, namanya Seishiro Jigoku banget. Jigoku dong namanya. Jigoku. Jigoku itu artinya hell. Seishiro itu artinya apa ya? And may I say that since I saw you last. Oh, his name literally hell? Iya, Jigoku itu kan hell. Tapi Seishiro itu artinya apa ya? Judge from hell? I know Jigoku is hell, but what is Seishiro? I only understand Jigoku. And may I say that since I saw you last, you seem to have taken on a more bashing appearance. Susah. Dia udah tahu lah, jeritannya udah cewek banget. Judge from hell? Seishiro itu artinya judge kah? Dashing. Semua udah tahu ya, itu sesuatu tapi versi gampang. Did you know all along? Okay, according to Wiki, his given name, Seishiro, is comprised of the kanji for government and samurai. This could indicate that Jigoku comes from a former samurai named like Genshin. Oh, explain why he looks like Lord Enma. Ya juga ya. Oh iya, kayak Lord Enma. Bener. Did you know all along from the start of the trial?
The judge sees everything, Susanna. I couldn't let you take the risk.
Is Seishiro here hadn't known and then he'd recognized you, so I had a word in his ear beforehand, as an old friend. So, Seishiro, shall we?
Yes. Having ruled on that case, we now have various comment issues to address. Before you go, Father. Sorry, my dear.
We shall have to return to our earlier conversation at a later date. But well done again, what of you? You did admirably. Oh, thank you very much.
What did you think of my Seishiro sling, eh? It's been a while since I sent a man flying like that.
Whatever good father be hiding from me.
Aduh, semoga bapaknya nggak meninggal. Please, bapaknya hidup terus dong. Oh my god.
About Giselle Brad, about the Wilson, and now it seems, according to the reporter, about Kazuma-sama. I'm going to have to bring this up with father sometime, when nobody else is around. Yes.
Jangan dijinx, aku tuh takut soalnya biasanya tuh kayak gitu kalau misalnya ada apa yang bisa di-reveal atau ada aja yang udah goodbye gitu. Sebel aku.
Judicial Assistant Mikoto-san inquires, could I have a word? Yes, of course, Suzuki-san, what is it? I think perhaps it could be fate that we are meeting again like this now. You see, there's something I need to tell you. Oh? I believe it may be related to the reason my father summoned you back from it. This I have to hear. Please, Suzuki-san, tell me at once. I will! As you know, my time in England was terrible, cursed, I have no doubt. Such awful things I was embroiled in. Thank goodness Lockham student and Moto-san is square stepped in. After he secured my freedom, I couldn't wait to get on a ship back here to my homeland. Having arrived in Japan, I submitted a report about my experiences to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The next thing I knew, I had a visitor. It was your father, Professor Minotoba. Oh, welcome to ClubBaksomeria, Rimuru-san. Hope you will enjoy your stay in the membership. Yay! Please get along with the other members. Thank you for joining. You just made the best decision in your life. Yay! It was your father, Professor Mikotoba. He wanted to ask me all sorts of things about my report. My father? He seemed to be especially taken with a particular part of the report. Anyway, he left eventually, having thoroughly quizzed me. But it was the very next day that he sent the telegram. Hey, you? Oh, interesting. Ooh. But it was the very next day that he sent a telegram to you asking you to return to Japan. At ngakunya sakit. Welcome to the club, not the cult, okay? When was it then? The particular part my father was interested in. I don't really know exactly. But do you remember then?
Oh my god! Those two terrible cases I was caught up in.
Of course, I could never forget.
Your father seemed to concern himself mainly with the second case.
The second one? You mean the one Mr. Sholmes forbade anyone to talk about in public? Which is why the only case involving you that any member of the public is aware of is the first.
No, I don't care.
Kok dua case? Kan case dia cuman yang itu, yang salah tuduh, yang foggy doang. Aku juga tahu yang first doang. Aku juga nggak tahu nih maksudnya what is the difference between the first what is the second case? If the first case was the case that we defended him in the British court, what is the second? This man poses like a bodybuilder. I love it. It's so funny. Well, I don't care. I don't have to listen to what the story detective says.
Anyway, the point is, it seems that the case somehow holds the key to all these curious unanswered questions. That horrific, hideous, heinous case, the case of the haunted lodgings.
Haunted lodgings? That case somehow caused my father to summon me urgently back to Japan. I thought that whole business was over. It seems like it's wrong. What? Oh, so you are asking about the difference between the club and cult, not about the first and the second case. I see. It's different, guys. Club is club and cult is cult. Perhaps that was only the start. Perhaps the story is not yet told. Itu apa nih?
こうしてかの英国留学生の事件は決着がついたのでございます。大司院に立ってほんの少し分かったような気がいたしました。なるほど様が異国の法廷で何に立ち向かっているのかを。今日はもう一つお知らせしたいことがあって筆を取りました。
Sambil makan kue bentar ya.
夏目漱石様がおっしゃった二つ目の事件。父は何も語りませんが、あの事件にはどうやら大きな謎を解く重要な鍵が眠っているようでございます。
bakal diceritain di satu
あの事件の記録はお部屋の棚の左隅に残しておきました。よろしければ振り返ってみてはいかがでしょうか。日本はいよいよ夏の盛り、今日も抜けるような青空でございます。なるほど様、もう一度お会いしたく存じます。すさと。
Dia nulis surat Naruhodo. Yang Ryunosuke ya, by the way. Worth it, thank you. Yes, oke, kita lanjut ke case 2 now. Anak-anak ya. Iya, masih sopan banget, Tip. Satu sopan banget. All the memoirs of the clouded kokoro, oke. Oke. Wow.
ブライヤーロードの歩道で起こった姿なき犯人による冬の夜の惨劇。背中を刺され倒れた裏若きレディーが生死をさまよううちに事件は解決した。窮地に陥った東洋人の留学生が我が友人によって救い出されたその晩、ガス灯の刻むほの暗い影の中、再び奇怪な事件が闇を切り裂いた。当時の新聞の戦場的な見出しを記憶している者も多いだろう。悪霊に見入られた死の邸宅、死刑囚の呪い、ガス魔人の恐怖。現場に駆けつけた名探偵は瞬時にその真相を看破するのだが、それは悲劇の舞台の幕開けを告げるプレリュードに過ぎなかったのである。
Hmm. Yeay, kita kembali ke apa? Ke apa namanya? Ke lawyer kesayangan kita semua. Naruhodo Ryunosuke. Yeah. Yay, back to the future. Ditinggal dong T-setnya sesuatu ditinggal dong di bawah situ tuh, kalian kok bisa lihat tuh di bawah. Jadi currently I reside in the attic of the dentist on lodgings from where I run my legal consultancy of sorts. I've successfully defended a number of clients in Britain's highest court, the Old Bailey. But since a particularly grueling and unforgettable legal battle 4 months ago now, I haven't returned to the courtroom. In truth, I lost my right to return. That epic trial was just one small part of an epic tale, a tale which was now about to awaken from slumber, thanks to a letter that arrived this morning from my homeland. Loh, perut lapar, perutnya lapar ya mas. Rumble. What a delicious smell wafting up the stairs. It must be nearly time for breakfast. I better go down to Mr. Shom's suite and say good morning to the great detective and his flatmate. Aku masih penasaran isi kamar Susato, kan Susato udah nggak ada di sini. Oh my god, how I missed this. Renault, good! I was just about to call up to you. The bacon's ready. Good morning, Iris. It smells delicious as usual. Before we eat though, I have some news. I have a surprise this morning. Shh! Not that word, Mr. Taruhodo. This could be just the abstruse thing from my pre-breakfast stagnation repelling mental stimulation, my dear fellow. Morning to you too, Mrs. Holmes. Oh, yes, I see. So that's it. Oh, too close? Chikayo! Too close! Guys, please do not kiss the screen. Stop. Don't. I know what you are thinking, guys, but please do not kiss the screen. Oh my god, his face is very big in front of my face. Oh no. Mundur, please. Chikayo.
The truth is as clear to me as day. My faculties of observation have revealed it again.
What are you talking about?
You, Miss Naruhodo, you have, this very morning, met with a surprise. Well, is that not the case? Really, my dear fellow, it barely wants explanation. Firstly, your hair is particularly unkempt, somewhat reminiscent of a bird's nest. Secondly, you have neglected to fasten the third button of the jacket. Clearly, when considered together, these two facts point to you having been flustered this morning.
Can I talk now?
But of course, though I don't look for admiration, you understand.
My hair always looks like this. It's been this way since I first met you.
Oh, it has.
And the button was ripped off last night, if you remember. Oh my god, this song! I miss this song so much. This is my favorite BGM in the whole game. By you. Copot kancingnya. Holy, pulled your button off?
Oh, yes, I recall the incident now. It was of the subway, was it not? As the evening advanced, I picked up my violin and began to play the wailing notes of a haunting tune. But then, to my utter dismay, The third string snapped. Why did it have to happen? Why? I don't want it then. In my fifth session, I grabbed the first button I saw and ripped it off its proper. I ripped it from its proper place.
Well, I'd like it back now, please. It's troubling me that I can't fasten my jacket.
And it's troubling me that you expect me to know where it is. Somewhere thereabouts on the floor, one presumes. Helpful. What matters at the present time, my dear fellow, is simply whether or not my deduction was unerring.
But Harry, Bruno said it when he came in, didn't he? I had a surprise this morning.
Well, that really is a surprise.
Bro, chill. Yes, this man is the pride of the British Empire. The famous consulting detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. There can't be a single person in the world who doesn't know his name. Especially with the ridiculous name Sherlock Holmes. The funny name. Alright then, enough of this silly conversation. Come and eat this bacon before it goes cold. And I have a new herbal tea for you to try too. My latest special blend. Here we have Iris Wilson, Mr. Sean's lodger and companion. A truly exceptional young girl, who's the author of a highly successful serialization here in London. Yes, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes as published in Ron's magazine.
So, Miss Dimohon, would you put us out of our misery? What surprised you this fine morning?
Well, I received a letter from Japan. Oh, the pink! Very pink sakura with the sakura decoration around it. It's from our lovely Mrs. Sal. Oh, from Susie, you mean? Was it? Really?
That's right, and she had some rather startling news in fact. Oh, intriguing indeed. You must tell us all about it over breakfast.
Oh yes! What fun! Okay. I always like to examine first and safety. I've always loved to examine everything. Ah yes! Huge metal chest with the glazed closely on it, being used as a table for tea and coffee. It's very sturdy, that's for sure, and firmly locked shut. That chest contains my father's detailed records of all these many cases. Yes, or so I've been led to believe. Though personally, I've never actually seen inside. And that's the way it will stay. Those papers are a secret between Daddy and me. If you go opening it uninvited, you might find yourself being bitten.
What? Is there beasts inside there or something?
Okay, and next, usually this one. These are different pieces of evidence from cases if solved. Aren't they, Mr. Sholmes?
Not quite, Miss Naruhodo, not quite. These trinkets are a selection from cases I've solved with, what do you call them? The souvenirs of my success. Memories, Miss Naruhodo, memories.
Really? So, tell me about the case in which the bust of Napoleon featured.
I forgot.
Memories, he says. Wonderful, Mr. Sholmes. Wonderful. Yay, Picon time. When it gets to this time of year, monitors seem to leave their hearts alight all day long, and I love it! There's something very relaxing about watching the flames flit and dance about.
But a fireplace in days of summertime is a waste of space. Really? No use at all.
Yeah, bapaknya John Wilson. Rather like a great detective in days with no crimes and no criminals.
Consider this, instead of a fireplace, a frostplace! That's my latest idea. An extraordinary hearth from which emanates a cool breeze in the hot summer months. What do you think?
I think if you invented such a thing, your name would go down in history. Yes!
The principle is extremely simple. One must, of course, light a cold fire in her.
Yes, of course. Brilliant.
Trouble is, none of the fires are built ever very cold. How it taunts me.
So as you British say, it's a bit of a damp squib. Belum ada kipas angin ya.
Books, papers, scientific implements, the shelves are stuffed to the gills. Mrs. Settle wouldn't be able to help herself if she were here. She can't stand mess.
Susie might not be able to stand mess, but she wouldn't dare touch those shelves.
Oh, why not?
Everything's in intricate balance. Holly spends ages on it. If you were to touch even one thing, the whole lot will come tumbling down. Oh. Susie noticed it was a very delicate arrangement right from the outset. Make it sound like a mediocre lines. The truth is, your shelves just needs to tidy up. Minum dulu guys. Jangan lupa minum ya semua. Jangan lupa hydrate. That machine really is imposing, isn't it? But I can never remember its name. Bentar guys, aku pegel. Benerin duduk dulu. Bentar ya. Kita cari posisi gue enak dulu. Gue main game ginian kan biasanya lama ya. Aku udah nggak tahu aku harus duduk versi pose apa atau nggak sih, pegel. Aku jongkok dulu bener. Harry calls it his great analytoscope. It can analyze anything at all. That really does analyze something new.
An extremely abstract question, Mr. Maricondo.
Sorry.
Well, as I said,
Kejauhan ya, deketin. Yes.
as I said, the machine here spits out analysis results of anything with which you care to present it.
Oh my god, aku pegal.
How to interpret those results? That's the key. I confess I have no idea.
Gimana? Guys, bentar guys, aku capek ngomong jadi kita bentar istirahat dulu 5 menit. Aku nggak baca pakai suara ya. Kalian bisa baca di apa namanya? Kalian bisa baca di screen aja. Okay guys, I think I'm going to take 5 minutes rest from talking. So we are going to continue playing with me not voicing the text. Okay, so you guys, so please just read the text on the screen. I will start talking again after 5 minutes. I'm going to rest my voice. sudah minum, udah setengah botol itu udah habis. Aku pegel ini. Istirahat. Ini dia. Nah, Stradivarius. Ya, Stradivarius. Iya, ini udah pernah diceritain juga di game sebelumnya. It said so on the label. Should be careful, Runo. You mustn't try the contents of any of those bottles if it ain't your own. Well, I wish I could say the same for Runo. The other day he polished off a full bottle of one of my alkaloids. Mau tewas ya dia. He said he was hungry. Minum dong, oh my god. Bahan alkaloid apa ya buat bikin racun? Oh no. Masalah itu kan bahan racun yang di case pertama. Oh yes. That sounds ominous. Inside with my eyes shut. That reminds me of a dream I had the other day. What's such a funny one? It would be actually. I was diving for a whole hour in the pitch black, but I didn't make a single mistake. That's incredible! But then when it got light, there wasn't any paper in the machine! Oh my god, dia ngetik-ngetik tapi nggak ada kertas. Now I wonder if I'd actually been typing at all. I think it might just have fallen asleep in the job. Maybe yes. Lagi nyari posisi gue enak. Can you type with your eyes shut as well? I don't know. Bisa tapi salah semua kayak. Oke. Punya present this thing. Aku suka banget nge-present armband. Karena biasanya suka aneh-aneh ini. Composition. Shh.
This will be a cover. A brick or nature canine with a particular problem. For winter use.
Actually, it's the ornament I always wear. It symbolizes my role as a major warrior. Precisely, which lists us with one conclusion. Arms is in fact the particularly long neck of a miniature canine. What the heck? What do you mean? I was starting to wish I'd never shown him this now. The man's working mad. Cooler, yes. This is the letter that arrived from Japan as well. International Post. Kedatangan surat dari satu. How lovely! Look at Susie's beautiful writing. I wish I could read it. How is your judicial assistant faring, may I ask? He's very well, thank you. In fact, according to what she said, she actually appeared as a lawyer at the Japanese Supreme Court in many cases. Oh, really? Oh, isn't she wonderful? Got to book your good self. I'm on cases too, you know. Oh my god, tidak dilupain. Duaan. Astaga. Ini abis itu ada satu lagi. Guys, kayaknya setengah jam lagi aku udahan, jam 1-an kayak aku udahan. Nanti kita lanjut lagi besok pagi deh. Kali ya? Bukan besok pagi, maksudnya nanti pagi. Nanti pagi kita lanjut lagi kayak mungkin jam 11-an gitu kali kita lanjut lagi. Main lagi lah, seenggaknya 2 jam gitu. So guys, I think I'm going to end the stream in 30 minutes. And then, maybe we can continue playing again in the morning. Maybe around 11 AM GMT plus 7. Continue playing case 2. But for now, I think I'm going to end the stream. Ya udah malam. Jangan lupa tuh kan, do you remember the case of the haunting lodges? Oh yes, it's very interesting. I don't feel entirely uncertain that the case of the teacher did not occur. Recently forgotten then. Lupa total. Anyway, her letter. Satu asked that we read over her case notes again and investigate. Though it took place half a year ago, for what purpose? This was something that Mr. Natsume said to her about. He suggested that the real reason why she was called back to Japan so suddenly might have something to do with that case of the haunted lodge. Oh? On Mr. Natsume's return to Japan, Mr. Sato's father questioned him about the case. And something Mr. Natsume said appeared to trouble Professor Kotoba, prompting him to send that telegram. Oh, that case, yes. It was very strange, wasn't it? I had compiled the whole story into a nice new manuscript ready for publication. Then, Polly here was all funny about it, remember? It was very mean. That story must not be published, she said, very mysteriously. Months ago? I almost fall asleep, guys. I think I'm going to end the stream sooner than I thought. Kita lanjut besok pagi nih ntar di sini. Abis kita kelar ngobrol sama Xiong sini, mendingan kita end streamnya. Okay guys, I think I might not end the stream in 30 minutes from now, but after we done talking with Xiong, let's just end the stream because I almost fall asleep. I think I'm pretty tired today. And my eyes are restrained from looking at the screen the whole time. I'm working on something, so my eyes stuck on the screen for more than 8 hours today already. I think it's already I think it's more than 10 hours already. My eyes sticking to the screen. It becomes very tired. My eyes are very tired right now. So maybe if we end the stream sooner than I thought, we will continue. We will continue playing case 2 on tomorrow morning around 11 AM GMT+7 if you guys don't mind. but no! Suffering from high fever. But he's not dead. Kenapa main dijajah-jahi apa sama gimana sih, Bapak? According to this letter, this about her father's fever was just a ruse. A ruse? So, Susie's daddy lied to her so that he should make the voyage back home? Why will he do that? Summoning her back, she passed suddenly like that. I wonder what Mrs. Sato's father is. Bonnie, do you know what it's all about? Wow, udah pakai baju dia. Well, who can say? What you said? Yes, I have engagement, my dear fellow. My calendar is quite surprisingly full today. And a strange analysis of the matter will be excessive until even if I were quite at leisure. So, metaphor to make sense, won't you, Iris? I will, don't worry, see you later. He scuttled off rather quickly. I think perhaps Professor Futaba isn't the only person hiding something. Seki-san was involved in 2 cases, but only one of them was forbidden from being published. By, of all people, Mr. Sholmes. Aha! I found them at last. These are they notes about the case? That's right. Susie and I compiled them together. Only one of them was. Oh, boy, Mr. Sholmes yang forbid that. Case of haunted lines. Do you want to read them, Maruna? Absolutely. Thank you, Iris. Ooh! My god. The GM is very good. I have no idea what secrets could still be hiding in the shadows of others' case. But perhaps if I read over the notes again, something might come to light. That's the spirit. And so, Iris and I decided to read over the case notes again. Everything from what happened to our investigation and the fierce battle that followed. Reliving every detail. I used it to find a clue. And I have all the time in the world because, of course, we no longer allowed to practice the law in the courts of the grave. Oh, gara-gara case terakhir nih kayaknya. Kalian, aduh, nggak enak sih. Mungkin kalau misalnya ada yang penasaran ingin tahu, kalian bisa cari spoilernya gitu ya di Google ya. Aku nggak enak buat ngomong. So, guys, if you are wondering what happened in the 5th case in the previous game, you might want to look it up on the internet. Because I don't feel comfortable talking about it in a second. It was 6 months ago, a mysterious incident that unfolded on the winter streets of London. Yeah, there's a reason why Naruhodo wasn't allowed in the court. Because, yeah, something bad happened. A young woman was found lying on the snowy pavement of Briarwood. Her back. Yeah, feeling like her back. Okay. The fog was thick and nobody saw her attack. But, by a cruel twist of fate, a visiting Japanese student was walking behind her at the time and was duly arrested. That man was Soseki-san, and the man who effected his arrest was Mr. Sholmes. Believing in our compatriots, since Sato-san and I decided to represent Soseki-san. And after a grueling trial of many twists and turns, we finally managed to focus him. reaction was the man's reaction of the shock. His jubilant jubilation was short-lived. Well, langsung ada kasus lagi. Received a telegram from Mr. Shanks the following morning. The victim of the railroad stabbing has regained consciousness. Hurry to boats at once. So, Satosan and I summoned Hanson and headed immediately to the hospital. I almost fall asleep, everyone. Okay, so that's it. I think I'm going to end this here. There's a reason. There's a reason why the scene appeared. I mean, there's a reason why we started talking in the hospital. Because I think it's related to the last case in the first game. You will know tomorrow, maybe from the story here. Anyway, time for me to sleep. Don't forget to get some rest too, everyone. And see you tomorrow at around 11 a.m. or around 12 p.m. Okay? Okay, we will continue playing the game later in the morning. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining the court. Alstroemeria, everyone. See you later. Layla Alstroemeria. Bubar. Jalan. Istirahat ya. Besok streamnya mungkin kalau nggak jam 11, jam 12 siang gitu lah ya. GMT plus 7 biasa. WIB. Oke, kita lanjut main lagi case 2 besok. See ya. Bye-bye. Mau istirahat dulu. Aduh. Oke, dadah everyone. Bye-bye.